Welcome to Good Night Book with Erica and Nate.
But under no circumstances will we do Pete the Cat.
No? Why do you hate Pete the Cat?
Very much.
Why?
The drawing is incredibly terrible. And it's not funny. I mean, maybe we read...
Not funny.
You like it?
The major Pete the Cat book we have is Pete the Cat Wheels on the Bus. So it's just mostly just Wheels on the Bus. So, but it's like got a couple other little flourishes in there. So yeah, I didn't mind it. But then there's another Pete the Cat book that sucks. We have like a compendium of books, or like like a collection.
Not cool.
Not cool. He does seem kind of just basic. I don't really understand what his deal is.
I know. I think that's the thing. It's a fascinating phenomenon. What in the hell?
Yeah.
Is he better drawn than all the animals in the Richard Scarry books? No, not even close. Is it more entertaining?
I feel that he's supposed to be like a kind of a punk rock character. I think that's what the illustrations lead me to believe.
Like a stoner?
Nah.
Or straight edge? Because he's
more
punk rock.
straight edge. More like just like a guy. Just like a... I think the illustration, I guess I mean, is supposed to be like not nice to look at. And he definitely has a rock and roll band. And that my opinion might be shaped by the fact that he has...
Yeah.
Let's Rock Out is one of the... Wait, hold on. No, not Let's Rock Out. It's... the something on the bus say, let's rock out. Let's rock out. Let's rock out. And then they're going with the guitars and stuff. So my opinion might be clouded by... I might think he's a cool rock and roll guy because of that.
I think you might be being led astray. Although you should read your compendium and then get back to me.
I did, and it sucks.
Okay.
Led astray.
Ah.
Funny to say about a cat.
So many cat puns.
So of course, the book we're doing today is Richard Scarry's Boats. I don't know if you noticed this one. His name is above the title on this one, getting a little...
Oh, I did not notice that.
Big for his britches, maybe. This is 92. Okay, this is 1992, so he's like old and well established by now. He's a brand now. He might not even be he might have been operated by robots or something, you know?
It's true. He's just a head.
Shadow government. Yeah, probably. Yep. That is scary. And probably Scarry.
In so many ways. I think they're so tight. I think what we've learned is that they're inextricably linked. I
wanted to check with you. Should we find out how it's pronounced at the end of this episode? Like maybe tease it so people bother to listen to the end, or is it better that they don't? I guess that's what I wanted to check.
Maybe they'll find out next time.
Next time on previously on. Well, we might do that and we might not. That's quite a tease. Okay. So it's Richard Scarry's Boats. Do you want to start with our synopses?
Sure. You ready?
Okay. Oh, yep. I'm ready.
Buckle up. Okay. Various animals captain and observe various boats. That's
okay. Mine is, this is a list of boats with pictures of mostly mice.
So, do you want to explain what this book is and how it's similar and different to the other ones that we just read?
Yeah, sure.
Of him? Okay.
My family is a fan of this one. I think I mentioned that before, that this is like a pretty regular deal in our household. there's nothing that special about it, but it is my favorite one of the Scarrys that I've read so far. Of his ones, I definitely like I Am a Bunny better. I still like I Am a Bunny because I like the writing better. This one is not really writing, It's just a list of boats. There's one piece of dialogue in it right at the end. Underwater skis.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not a boat, by the way. It says, wee. Which my kids always liked.
Cute.
Yeah, my kids basically like this book a lot. It does have nice pictures. Oh, there's an eye on this boat. Back to our conversation about last week.
I know.
On the schooner, there's an eye on it.
I know. Is the barge have one too? Yeah, I think the barge has a... Oh.
Not this again. Okay.
Yeah, I think the barge
does?
and the schooner. Yeah, I mean, up for interpretation.
Where's the barge?
It's a couple of pages after. I didn't even notice the one on the schooner.
Are those eyes? I guess so. It looks like maybe a mustache. I can't tell.
Oh, yeah. That one is one of my highlights because I love barges. I think they're really cool.
Why?
And well, because they're just kind of these, moving Goliaths. Like you see them on the Mississippi River all the time. Well, you used to. You have to go further south to see them, and they're just like these silent behemoths in the water. And if you stay on the river, you can kind of hear them at night, but not really. They just go all times a day, and they're so huge. And then I find the huge ones that go through like the Suez Canal like incredibly fascinating. The massive ones that got stuck.
Oh, right.
Love them. Yeah, they're just like the weirdest sort of sublime objects. It shouldn't exist, but they do. Somehow they work.
I kind of feel like in a way they are funny in the same way trains are. In the way that they're just like, it's so dumb that's how they work. Or like it's so basic or something.
Right, yes.
It's like somehow we haven't outgrown it, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what it is. It's like the vestiges of this sort of archaic technology. We can't quite figure out how to move goods and services in any other way. This is it.
I find barges to be scary, honestly. Things that are that big scare me.
I know, they are.
I feel like if I had to fight a barge, I don't think I would win, and I don't like that.
Or if you were like alone with a barge in a dark forest.
Yeah. Well,
it'd be super scary.
I feel like it would be okay because it can't really go anywhere. That's like the one time that it would be like, I would still be scared, but I would stay away from it. But I wouldn't think it was coming for me. It would probably make loud honking noises at me or whatever it would do. Like
Can you hear that? Okay.
I should have just pretended I couldn't and made you do it a bunch of times. I'll edit it like that is what happened.
Get closer. Get closer to the microphone. No, like eat it.
Do you like boats? So you like barges. Do you like boats like for fun and leisure?
I like a pontoon, but that's about it.
I do have my parents have a pontoon out at the lake.
Do you captain the pontoon?
No, Wes actually. My daughter steered it for the first time the other day.
Cute.
She did pretty good.
Is she nervous about it, or was she like, back away, I got this?
She was like trying to encourage my dad to get off of the stool or like this bench with her. Like, I got this. She didn't, but she's 5.
Yeah.
But she did remarkably well because it's kind of confusing because with the handle on a pontoon you got to push the motor the opposite way. You got to push the opposite way to make the motor go that way.
Oh yeah.
And she did pretty well. I have piloted it before. It's fun, but it's not very fast. So it's like,
no.
What's frustrating is when there's a wind and then you end up like you just can't move. It's like the wind is the exact same speed as the motor, so you're just like trapped. And then you eventually just run out of battery, and then you just drift into the side, and you have to like try to get off and go and get the other battery or whatever, or go
This
charge.
sounds
the
like a
battery.
very specific incident.
Yeah, it happened. We had a whole drum set on there because we used to I made a few of these videos, these music videos that were called pontoons, and a few different people recorded songs, and one of them was a guy playing a little drum kit solo, and we ran out of battery and just drifted down and had to I think we tried to drag it back
Against the current?
and then we were like, what the fuck are we talking about? But we had to try to get everybody off the thing, so we had to get it somewhere because it wasn't in a place that we could get off easily. Anyway, it was rough, but nobody died, and we've got some beautiful videos. You can look at those at Wolf Out TV on YouTube. I think you can look for pontoons. I think it's pontoons, OONS, not UNES, but search for both, and you'll probably find one.
Has that tainted your experience with boats? Do you like boats?
Oh, I like boats fine. I don't like being on like whatever. What do you call the normal boat that people have that like boats?
Like a motorboat, like a speedboat?
Motorboat, yeah, not a speed.
Yeah.
I feel like a speedboat is a specific thing that's way faster than what I'm talking about. No, like a normal boat.
Like a fishing boat.
No, but a fishing
Like
boat
a small
to me sounds like
motor-
a rowboat. Or like a trolling motor, silver
I love
boat.
that
I'm
you
talking
have
about
a
like a
normal
red,
boat.
sporty looking boat that can go really pretty fast, but it's not like a speedboat. A speedboat is like just like a 2-seater, like a small thing that people race.
Let's just call it a motorboat. I
I like
it's
a
in this
motorboat.
book.
I think motorboat, unfortunately, I think that word got stolen for a while. Let's take it because of the, doing a motorboat on somebody. And I think it's time we take it back.
For the beleaguered motorboat community.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I have an actual motorboat. It's really hard to take care of, and I take care. Spend a lot of time. I don't ever want anything like that. I don't mind going on a ride like that with the right people, but if there's even one of the wrong people, that's bad. And I definitely am not going to do stuff and have a trailer. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Store it and clean it. I had a friend who just that was almost as enjoyable as taking the boat out, I think, for him. Just tinkering with it and playing.
We kind of, even though we're in landlocked Midwest, we have a lot of friends that have boats. I have some friends up here.
Well,
we
you
have
are in
shared friends down there.
Don't you have 10,000 lakes over there or whatever?
We do.
And we have
We
a
do have
bunch too. We have 9,084.
Almost. Someday you guys will get there.
Yeah. Well, we had a few more, but some of them combined accidentally. They filled up too much, and then just, it happens. Boats. Yeah, so I had a friend with a boat, is basically what I'm trying to say. And I wouldn't have that boat. I like canoes a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like if I could have a canoe, if I could find a cheap canoe that was light, I would probably take it. I'm in 3 blocks from Lake Monona.
I know.
I feel like that would be fun. Explore that. Maybe a kayak. Something like that. My brother got some kayaks, so I think I'm going to probably... He had a heart attack a year ago, not even, so I feel like
I know.
I'll probably get those pretty soon.
That's true. You do have to check. They recommend that you check up on the will pretty regularly in these situations. So you might want to just ask him about it.
I assume he knows that I want it. Because I told him, I said, if you die, I'd like your... Because they've got 3 kayaks and he's only got 2 kids. Well, he's got 4, but they don't. The older ones don't kayak. But so it's like...
I think so they don't count. The older ones don't count. Because they can get their own kayaks.
Yeah, exactly. Get a job. Kayaks are fun. I like canoes. I like canoe camping. That's a fun thing to do down a river.
Yeah.
Wisconsin River or whatever. And you just find a spot.
Go on the sandbar. Yeah.
Off.
I know. It's so crazy.
We went on a beach. It was like a big sandbar or like an island kind of. And the river rose extremely rapidly. There had been a storm the night before. And we, in the middle of the night at 2 a.m., we all of a sudden, like the river was right beside us, and we had been like way far. So like we all of a sudden had to just pick up all of our shit and our tents and everything, and run up, and then it kept kind of like rising and rising, and we ended up like right on the edge of it. Still, like we were all the way up as far as we could be away from the water, like the woods.
Oh my God!
To camp in. It's ridiculous.
I guess you could have packed up and like just drifted down the river in your canoe. Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think we would have just had to walk into the woods and stand there like a bunch of idiots.
Oh my God.
Because our canoes some of them had drifted away, possibly.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Why would you have brought them up super far?
But yeah, so that was.
Oh my God, that's fascinating. Yeah, I like canoes.
Yeah, I do too. I also like I don't know, it's surprising about me, but I like the teamwork of it. Aspect to have somebody to like be on your team to like explore with. One of my favorite canoe things is to like try to limbo under fallen trees, you know?
Oh my God.
To like steer over to the side and like you have to lay all the way back, you know? So you get yourself going with some speed and get right in the little arc thing, and then you lay back and hope.
Yeah, has that ever met with some failure?
Oh, sure. Like you get whacked sometimes, or like you go bonk, and you miss your hole, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then you die, but then you start over, and you could usually get you start over in this like earlier on that level, and you.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that when they return you to the beginning. Yeah,
it really sucks. And then, but I know where the free guy is on the Wisconsin River, so I can get it every time.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fun. Other than that, I don't want to like go on. I went on a cruise once. You ever go on a cruise?
No.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not in this book. We can't even talk about a cruise boat. Why isn't it?
Cruise ship?
Mm-mm.
Hold on.
Cruise boat. What's the difference between a boat and a ship?
Schooner.
Maybe this one doesn't have ships.
Schooner is a boat. Do you know that? Do you know what I'm referencing? I just remembered it.
Is that a Will Ferrell line?
No, it's I don't know who it is. I think it's a kid actually at Mallrats. The guy's looking at the Magic Eye poster for the entire course of the movie, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then somebody tells him it's a schooner, and he's like, oh, and he keeps looking at it, and then a little kid comes by and he's like, oh, a boat. And he's like, it's not a boat, it's a schooner. And he's like, and the kid goes, a schooner is a boat. Because he still hasn't seen it. I don't know. Anyway, so.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
Mallrats.
That would be a good movie to watch again.
Yeah, I can't tell. I haven't watched it in quite a while. And I've like been tempted, but I've watched Chasing Amy semi recently.
Really?
It's pretty funny. It's obviously problematic and weird.
Yeah, it was problematic and weird back then.
It almost, in some ways it's less now. It almost seems like some of the. I feel like some of the conversation has gone back to. Because for a while I think fluidity in those situations was very frowned upon.
That's true. So you're one or the other.
Problematic when it came shortly after it came out. I feel like we sunk into this, whoa, like that doesn't happen. And then now it's more like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. And a lot of people, almost everybody might be like that or whatever.
Right.
So it's funny that it has almost come around in a different way. Joey Lauren Adams never left, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
That beautiful voice.
Oh God. Had you asked me 20 minutes ago, would we be talking about Mallrats and Chasing Amy, I would have said, no way in hell. But it totally makes sense.
Well, yeah. I mean, rats.
There's so many boats.
Mice. Right? There's a lot of mice. There's Mallrats.
Oh, right. Got it. Yeah.
Dante was sort of captaining the store in Clerks.
Well, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, sure.
Banana kayak. Can we talk about that? There's a baboon, I think, in a banana kayak. A baboon pig. Baboon with a pig nose for some reason in a banana kayak. Isn't a banana kayak another word for Speedo?
Oh,
Like a,
it is.
like
It's
a
a
funny
banana
joke slang. Hammock.
banana hammock.
Yeah, banana kayak.
You almost had me. I was like, it is.
No wonder. I've been shopping for one of these things for a long time and trying to order it on the phone and describe it, and I've not been getting the right thing at all.
Yeah, I actually felt like that was one of my, like, I don't know, lights, if it's high or low, but it seems like a very technical book. Like, it's explaining a lot to you until it gets to the banana kayak, and then it just throws all
I guess I
window.
wonder if that was like a gimmicky thing. You know how like a lot of people have the unicorn enormous floaty things now? Like if there was like in the 90s, if there was a banana kayak revolution.
Sure.
Or is this just like a weird thing that Richard, from the Scarry mind of Richard Scarry? From
I think that's true.
Twisted imagination of John Krasinski.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Dingy? Looks like dingy to me, and I don't like that much.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you're going to have to get okay with it, because I think that's the way it's spelled.
I don't have to get okay with anything. I think I've proven that over the years.
You don't
I like the cricket.
Anything.
Let's see, I'm looking for other highlights. I didn't really write any down. An overall thing that I really like about this versus the busiest firefighters that ever did fight fires, is that the book is a lot smaller, and so the pages are smaller, so the drawings are robust but much smaller, so I don't have to deal with it as much. Something about it's too busy. Let's face it, I don't like the too busy.
Interesting.
So this is.
I feel like that's what people like. The kids can just get lost for hours, like finding new things. Here, you're really like limited.
I'm not a kid, and I don't want to get lost for hours. We got shit to do, kids.
So true.
Like ACTs are like what, 14 years away?
Yeah. Sooner than that, I think, for Wes.
No, Wes already took hers.
Oh, okay.
She tanked.
Oh, boy.
She's only 5. I don't know why I had her take it. She can't take it again until she's 19.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's a tough conversation you're going to have.
Oh, I'm not going to tell her. I've always told her that she's not going to college. The robots won't let her, is what I always say.
That's not up to me.
It's up to talk to the robots, talk to the hand, I say. I was thinking also, just to like put this book in perspective, the way we have other books by this author, I think the only way this could really be very scary is if you're afraid of water, right?
Yeah.
Or mice.
Yeah.
So again, not all that.
Or
scary.
rabbits. Unsynchronized rabbits. Did you check that? Did you know that page? That page is funny to me. I just saw it.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so the rowboat, they're unsynchronized. That one in the front is not doing a great job.
Yeah, they should kick him or her out.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like she's just gliding, like trying to get aerodynamic.
Maybe.
I don't know why.
It's a funny detail, isn't it? It's like one of those where you're like, what was the bigger story here?
I kind of feel like it was like, I want to draw them rowing. It's almost like that she wanted to demonstrate the action, but why do it that way?
Yeah, they could have all been doing that.
But then you're like, are they just sitting there with, like, I wonder if he originally drew it with all of them having rowed, and they're like, are they just
very
sitting there
static.
with their, and then, like, maybe they had one with all of them down, and then are they just gliding? Some motion lines could have gone a long way, I think.
I think so too.
Could have just done that.
Especially since there's like the way that he draws water is just like a couple little like scallops and then tiny little bits of shading of blue. Right? Is that true for all of it? Yeah. I like it. I feel like I've learned a lot about how to draw water from this book. Ooh.
Yeah, me too. I do like all of this. I like that it's not. Yeah, I guess I like negative space. You know how like edges of little drawings are blurred and stuff. And there's a cars and a trucks too, which I'm kind of, and a planes, which I'm kind of shocked that we never got. It's like we completely rely on other people handing us books
Yeah.
in order to get books. We seek out no books.
Well, you guys are pretty much like the boatiest boat people I know.
Yeah, it's like we are way into boats. I'm always wearing this cap.
Yeah, and a life vest. Just in case.
What's your favorite boat? Barge is your favorite boat, obviously.
Well, I do like we did talk about this, but I do like a kayak. I like more than a canoe, I would say, because less tippy. You're down closer to the water.
Yeah, I don't like being down close to the water. I feel like a fish is going to bite my nippies. No thanks.
Why would they be? They're not going to get at your nippies in a kayak.
You haven't seen my nippies. They look like worms. They're long and they wiggle around a lot. They do. I'm sorry. I was born this way.
God.
Don't judge me. Yeah.
That's so disturbing. Okay.
Another question I had one more question before we wrap up here. Do you have, this is kind of based on our discussion last week, a fire safety plan. Do you have a boat safety plan?
Like what to do if a boat attacks?
Yeah, I guess. Or like if your house turns into a boat. What if your house becomes a houseboat?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Look at like a house fire, houseboat. I feel like this is the best way to talk about it. What if?
Sure.
What do you do in the case? What do your family do in the case of a houseboat? Still meet out by a tree, I guess.
Yes, I think that's the case. And I put my fire blanket out and see if I can put out the houseboat.
I would put my water blanket down.
That's a good idea.
I would put my water bed on it. That's why I kept it all these years. Did you ever have a water bed?
No, I always wanted one so bad.
I had one.
Wow. Did you sleep really well on it?
Yeah, I pissed myself every day.
I bet.
Not even night. I would actually return to it. Just lay down, pee myself. Just to feel something. Well, that's all we really have to say about this book. What is it called? Boats. Richard Scarry's Boats. Did we ever look it up? Should we look it up?
His name?
Yeah.
Everybody I've seen says, who has read these books to me, says scary.
They say scary? And it's spelled Scarry. That's fucked.
That's funny. I'm sorry, but it is Richard Scarry. I just thought we were doing this for fun, for funsies, calling him Scarry.
There's nothing fun about this, Erica. Well, that's all we have to say about Richard Scarry's book called Boats. If you enjoy the show, please put my glasses on, and then I'll be able to tell you more. If you enjoy the show, please rate and review and tell somebody you like about us. And if you don't like it, then reconsider how you're spending your life because you are fucking it up. Sorry about the F word, Mom. For a transcript of this episode or any episode, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the address you see on your screen, and we will send you back a little sticker that just is a thumbs up. Until next time, good night, Mush. Good night, creepy old lady. And good night, book.
The end.